Hey there. I was reading about North African history, and I came across Tunisia. Do you know much about the history of Tunisia?
Absolutely. Tunisia has a fascinating history. It's a North African country with a rich and diverse past. Where would you like to start?
Let's begin at the very beginning. What's the earliest history of Tunisia?
All right, let's go way back. The region that is now Tunisia has been inhabited since prehistoric times. In ancient times, it was home to indigenous Berber tribes. Phoenician settlers established the city of Carthage in the 9th century BC, which later became a powerful Mediterranean empire.
Carthage sounds familiar. Weren't they in conflict with Rome?
Yes, you're right. The Punic Wars were a series of 3 conflicts between Carthage and Rome in the 3rd and 2nd centuries BC. Rome ultimately defeated Carthage in the 3rd Punic War in 146 BC and destroyed the city.
That's a significant event. What happened after Carthage was destroyed?
After Carthage's destruction, the region became part of the Roman Empire, known as the Province of Africa. It thrived under Roman rule and became a key grain-producing region for Rome.
So, Tunisia was a Roman province for centuries. What happened next?
Right, Tunisia remained under Roman rule until the 5th century AD, when the Western Roman Empire began to decline. In 439 AD, the Vandals, a Germanic tribe, invaded and established their kingdom in North Africa, including Tunisia.
The Vandals had their kingdom there? What was their impact on Tunisia?
The Vandals ruled for about a century, and their rule was characterized by instability and conflict. In 533 AD, the Byzantine Empire, under Emperor Justinian I, launched a successful military campaign and re-established control over the region.
Byzantine rule? Interesting. Did that last long?
Not really. In the 7th century, the Arab-Muslim conquest swept through North Africa, including Tunisia, and by 698 AD, the region was under Arab rule. This marked the beginning of Islam's influence in Tunisia.
Islam's influence is still very much present in Tunisia today. What happened during the Islamic period?
Yes, Islam left a lasting legacy in Tunisia. During the Islamic period, Tunisia saw the establishment of various dynasties, including the Aghlabids, Fatimids, and Zirids. The city of Kairouan, in particular, became a center of Islamic learning and culture.
Kairouan, I've heard of that city. It must have been a significant cultural center. What happened next?
Absolutely. Kairouan was a major center for Islamic scholarship. In the 12th century, the Almohads, a Berber Muslim dynasty, took control of Tunisia. Then, in the 16th century, the region was ruled by the Ottoman Empire.
The Ottoman Empire had quite a reach. How long did they control Tunisia?
The Ottoman rule in Tunisia lasted for nearly 3 centuries, from the early 16th century until the 19th century. During this time, Tunisia became a province of the Ottoman Empire, and various local dynasties ruled as beys or governors on behalf of the Ottomans.
That's a long time under Ottoman rule. What led to Tunisia gaining independence?
In the 19th century, Tunisia began to experience economic and political challenges. European powers, including France and Italy, sought to establish influence in the region. In 1881, France established a protectorate over Tunisia, which marked the end of Ottoman rule.
The colonial era? I see. How did Tunisia gain independence from France?
The struggle for independence intensified after World War II. The Tunisian nationalist movement, led by figures like Habib Bourguiba, demanded self-rule. After years of protests and negotiations, Tunisia finally gained independence from France on March 20, 1956.
March 20th, 1956, a historic date for Tunisia. What happened after independence?
After gaining independence, Tunisia established a constitutional monarchy with Mohammed VIII Al-Amin as the king. However, in 1957, Prime Minister Habib Bourguiba declared Tunisia a republic and assumed the presidency.
Bourguiba, he's a significant figure in Tunisia's modern history, right?
Yes, Bourguiba played a pivotal role in shaping modern Tunisia. He pursued the policy of modernization and secularization and implemented social and economic reforms. He also worked to establish strong diplomatic ties with other nations.
What about the years following Bourguiba's presidency?
Bourguiba was in power until 1987 when he was removed from office due to health concerns and replaced by Zain El Abidine Ben Ali. Ben Ali's rule continued until 2011, marked by political repression and corruption.
The Arab Spring, that's when things changed, right?
Exactly. In late 2010, Tunisia became the epicenter of the Arab Spring, a wave of protests and uprisings across the Arab world. The protests in Tunisia led to Ben Ali's ousting in January 2011 and marked the beginning of a transition to democracy.
It's incredible how peaceful protests can lead to such significant change. What happened in the post-revolution period?
The post-revolution period was marked by political and social changes. Tunisia adopted a new constitution in 2014 and held free and fair elections. The country transitioned to a parliamentary republic with a multi-party system.
It's heartening to see Tunisia's transition to democracy. But I've also heard about economic challenges. What's the current state of Tunisia?
Tunisia has faced economic challenges, including high unemployment rates and inflation. These issues have led to social unrest and protests. The country continues to work towards economic stability and development.
I hope Tunisia can overcome these challenges and continue to thrive as a democratic nation. Its history is so rich and diverse.
Indeed, Tunisia's history is a testament to its resilience and the enduring legacy of its diverse cultural influences. It's a country with a bright future, and I'm optimistic about what lies ahead for Tunisia.
Thank you for sharing this detailed history with me. It's been a fascinating journey through Tunisia's past.
You're welcome! It's always great to delve into the history of such a vibrant and historically significant country like Tunisia. If you have any more questions or want to explore any specific aspects further, feel free to ask.